And you know what? To get off of this, let's go into something that's deeply troubling to me. Just a straight up lie.
Yeah. Now this is on Reddit. I guess this was an interview.
This was an interview. Paulo Garcia, I don't know who that is.
Somebody associated with him.
But this person on Reddit, there will be no microtransaction. Paulo Garcia, quote.
Yeah, this is a quote.
There will be no microtransaction monetization for gear. Really? There's not? Okay. So first of all, how you doing today? And second of all, I can't see your answer. So we're
It's our third attempt at this.
yeah, it's our third attempt because I couldn't get my screen capture right and I couldn't follow along with James because apparently I'm too stupid to be able to do that. But
Like and subscribe.
that's a joke. Anyway, what we're talking about today is basically microtransaction hell. Being in microtransaction Netherrealm is pretty much what we're in. The Netherrealm of microtransactions.
What's the Netherrealm?
Come on.
What is it? Is it a real realm?
Anyway, what we're going to get into today, you've already seen some Mortal Kombat stuff. I do want to say we're going to be fair. Actually, we are being fair.
What is games?
But what we're going to get into is Mortal Kombat 11 microtransactions and just microtransactions in general and how they're affecting games.
I guess we're going to get into a couple of older games first.
Yes.
Kind of transition into the Mortal Kombat.
Into the main story.
Yeah.
I do want to say we are going to show some gameplay eventually when I get a capture card, and to show that here's what I want to say about Mortal Kombat because I have the game.
Yeah.
I do want to give a fair statement about it. Are the fighting mechanics good? Yes, they are. If you just like fighting in general and you don't care about costumes, you don't care about all that stuff, you're not even worried about spending money and getting all the stuff, you just want to fight, it's a good game. If you look at all the other stuff with it, it's like a 2. So if you want the DLC and you want stuff that goes along with the story and you want all these costumes and cosmetics, and there's already a controversy about that, not even with microtransactions, just what they've done with certain characters. We've already discussed that. I'm not going to go into it anymore. Then yeah, the game is low.
Okay, so basically what we're saying is if they would have had me do the motion capture, it'd be a 15 out of 10.
Right.
Because I'm the greatest martial artist ever on the face of the earth. Basically, I taught Bruce Lee.
Okay.
I taught the guy that taught Bruce Lee. I'm that old. I'm an ancient.
You're an idiot. We're going to get into PC...
True.
We're going to get into Middle-earth Shadow of War. Because we're going to get into some stuff that was a little controversial and kind of move forward a little bit.
Also, I have something to add a little bit later on, but go ahead and start with this.
Talking about Middle-earth Shadow of War. Now let's talk about a game that's, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Was it a good game? Yes.
It's a game you liked a lot.
And I played, I got to the point, I was in Colorado at the time visiting my grandmother and my great-grandmother, and this game hadn't come out yet. And I remember you talked about people were upset because it had something to do with the end of the game. And I was upset when you told me that because I thought the game was ruined.
Yeah.
And when I got back home and I started playing this game, Shadow of War, that is.
I'd really like to rebuy it and play through it myself.
I played through the game and I had no trouble getting through.
I remember you telling me that.
I beat it through the Shadow Wars.
I do. I remember you telling me that.
And I didn't even have legendary orcs. Now, I do want to say I'm an exception because at the end of the game I was rated one of the top in the world. I was top rank, one of the top in the world, playing online and beating the towers.
And when you're learning under me, that's how it works.
But other people, in this instance, you need to follow the majority and not the minority.
True.
Because those are the people who are consistently complaining and need help.
And trying to get better at the game.
Trying to get better at the game, and I don't want a game being destroyed to where it's so hard that most people can't beat it. And to be fair, I think they did create an update to where the loot boxes and stuff like that, but to talk about microtransactions, Middle-earth Shadow of War will have microtransactions, but content will not be gated, I think, meaning it won't be behind a paywall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, to a lot of people it kind of was, because they needed these legendary orcs to go through and beat some of the towers that people had. And now I've turned the game on recently, and I can't beat one online tower.
So it's gotten that hard.
People have gotten orcs that good. People played it that much. But here it says, well, Middle-earth Shadow of War will feature loot boxes that can be unlocked using in-game currency. Developers at Monolith Productions have confirmed that if you want to expedite matters, you can spend your real-life money on them too. And people were upset again because they felt like, with so many variations, so many variables.
I was going to say, so many things were randomized in the game. There were so many different randomization options in terms of what you could get through loot boxes and things like that. I feel like that may have been a slight part of the problem, that it was so randomized. Would I be right about that?
Yeah, you are. I mean, one could have a trait and be invulnerable to this. They couldn't be invulnerable to this, or have a trait here and then not here and here and here and here and there, not there, and then here and here. And there was
so many
like,
different options.
There's like 45 variations to each character, and
which
it was
is crazy. I mean, that's, you know.
I mean, you talk about permutations, combinations, whatever. I don't know. That's
getting technical.
But to people's point, it was, for a lot of people, it was difficult, and they did come in and change it. And you know, talk about fans. Let's get into the next really big one. Star Wars Battlefront 2. We'll talk about microtransactions here, and if you've been awake the last few years, you know, you're just alive and awake.
You heard of something about this.
You've just heard of Star Wars controversy in general, whether it be the movie.
Yeah.
This game came out before the movie came out, and Disney was worried that this game was going to hurt their ticket sales. They should have been worried that the movie. Well, I'm not getting ahead.
We might do a.
Should have been worried about the movie itself.
We might do a complete Star Wars review later sometime, but talk about that.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 microtransactions removed after fan boycott. The in-game system has been usually controversial. Now, you mentioned a thing, and I screwed it up because I couldn't follow along. You know, you learn that in kindergarten. So, we go down below this trailer with Ray. Sorry for the articles and ads. They went into this detail about before the game came out. One disgruntled gamer worked out that it would take approximately 4,500 hours of play or $2,100.
How many days is that?
Of extra transactions to unlock everything in the game.
How many days of gameplay is that?
I don't know, 4,500 divided by 24.
That's. I'm not going to do the math right now, but that's.
It's over 200 days.
That's ridiculous.
I think it's 200 days.
And you know, I don't mind things not being like just super easy to unlock.
No, you want some type of grind because you want the game to last long. But here's what they've started doing. They've come out, and we're going to get into Mortal Kombat, but they've come out and just games in general, and have made the game really long with these like little micro details that unlockables that you can get that enhance the game with cosmetics and things like that. But what they do is they make the grind so much that it just ruins it. You know what a game does? You know what a game does. You know what game company is great at managing this? Digital Extremes with Warframe.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Warframe, go download that game.
Definitely go download that and play.
For one, it's free to play.
We've been playing that for years now.
For one, Warframe is free to play. We've been playing that for years personally. And we go off and on because there's so much in the game. There's other games that come out. What's good about the game is you can always come back to it, and there's always stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Constant updates.
Just constant. That's another positive. They're constantly updating the game, but everything can be obtained free now, or attained free. So it's truly free. The cosmetics you can get by selling the game items that you get to other people. Yes, they have to use their currency to get it. There has to be some type of currency out there for them to make money back.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, it's a free to play. That's why people, I think,
you don't have to pay anything.
No.
At all.
But you can earn everything for free.
Yeah.
Does it take you a while? Yes. But the game was set up like that. And because there's always updates to it, it's not a yearly title. I think people are upset with games like this because they're $60 games designed within 1 or 2 year time span.
Yeah, it's a yearly title is what it is.
And you don't get to keep the things that transfer over into the next titles.
No.
And it creates such a pay.
You know, you get into that with FIFA too. You play Ultimate Team,
Yeah,
or any sports game.
That would have been a good one to bring up.
Ultimate Team. And when you buy the stuff that season, the new game comes out the next season, you don't get to keep any. If you got to keep it, it wouldn't be that bad.
And let's talk about this, the loot boxes.
Yeah.
The loot boxes people complained about in Star Wars, because you had to get these battle cards,
Yeah.
these hero cards. And even if you unlocked Luke after, you know, you became, you started looking like Darth Sidious after sitting in your chair for 400 years.
That's just funny.
You know, the only difference was you didn't get the same power he did.
Yeah, so it's not like you could extend. What are we talking about anyway?
You know, what we're getting at is it took so long to get the stuff, and you had to open up the loot boxes, which you could barely even get. And even when you opened up the loot box, you didn't get crap. And then when you played in the maps, the one map on Indoor, you know how excited we were to get there? We finally got to Indoor after rotating. We couldn't even pick the map we wanted to play on.
I know.
So we kept rotating. And eventually what we got to was, oh man, we got to Indoor and it was nighttime. We were so excited, and we were running, we saw the lasers, and eventually we got to the point, man, we died like 500 times. Not that much, because the game would have been over, but we died, and what it kept doing is, the tanks were going, and you had to run up behind the tanks. And it was a straight line, there was no deviation. It was basically like, hey, here's a machine gun nest, just run.
The one on Kashyyyk was just as bad. Remember when you were storming the beach?
That's the one I was getting, Indoor.
Okay.
That's what I was getting
I didn't know. But even in Indoor, when you're in the forest and the tanks are going through, you
actually,
get destroyed, both of them.
You know what? That is the same thing, because when the walker was going, you had to stay right here in front of the walker and shoot it.
Yeah, you didn't have an option. There was no, like, nowhere to go or hide. It's ridiculous.
Now, the one thing I will say about Star Wars Battlefront 2 is they got the graphics right.
They got the graphics
They got
and
the
sound
voice acting
down.
right.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get the gameplay going. So that eventually got changed due to fan backlash.
Oh my gosh.
It was fan backlash later. So much of it, the game started losing sales, started losing money. People were upset right before Star Wars. There were rumors that Disney made them change their practices. We don't know about that. Disney didn't change their practice with the film, so I don't really care what they had to say about it. There's more crystals. Let's get into crystals again.
What are we getting into now? The
Mortal Kombat
meat
11.
Of the story.
Let's get into the meat of the story. We've already talked a while, but
Which article are we getting into first?
this is just upsetting. The game rant. The game rant article,
Yeah.
not me ranting.
Well,
But
maybe, but
you know, I want to be fair. I love Mortal Kombat. My favorite fighting franchise of all time.
yeah, you've been playing it since the mid-90s.
Mortal Kombat 2 is my favorite. It's just because it was the first game I beat. You know, I couldn't stand Shao Kahn because you suck. I said that every time he hit you. But, you know, I'm trying to make this funny, and this is just sad.
Well, I mean,
It's sad.
it's something we have to talk about.
Mortal Kombat 11 microtransactions are surely obscene, and you can see right here Johnny Cage. He just did a finishing move, holding up Geras, and it shows him getting hit in the face with a tomato. I mean, that's just kind of funny.
Johnny Cage is the comedic relief of the.
Sorry about the ads.
There's ads on these.
There's been so much backlash here recently with the microtransactions that they're talking about, you know, nerfing how hard it is, or just enhancing the amount of stuff that you can get in the towers. Now, here's my thing. The way it's set up, the crypt, you can go in and...
The crypt's a great idea.
It's a great idea. It's large. You get a bunch of stuff out of it. The only problem is, it's all random.
Yeah, and you know, that was something, I didn't mention it to you, but I was thinking it in my head. What if they make all this stuff random?
That's not even the main problem. That's not even the main... There's coordinates on the map that you go to unlock chests. So people are creating walkthroughs. You go to this coordinate.
Yeah.
And you went to this coordinate, and a couple of gamers were showing themselves go through and going, okay, so you go to this guy's, here's the coordinates for this. Let's go here. Let's open up this chest. But it was different for every person.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the coordinates for?
Yeah.
So basically what they're making it, if everything's randomized, basically what they're saying is, hey guys, we have this idea. Let's create this illusion that this stuff is going to be here, that this stuff is here. But We think gamers are so stupid that people that are buying our products.
It's like a real life troll. It's like a.
It's like they're. It's like they're trolling you, but at the same time they're trying to like hide it. Like I don't.
Yeah.
So people are losing it. People are going, wait a minute, where's my brutality at? Where's my finishing move? It's not in this loot crate. It's not in this box. And then you mentioned there were going to be loot crates. You can argue these are loot crates because you open it and it's all random.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a loot crate.
Yeah.
They basically, there won't be loot boxes in the game. Wink. You go into the crypt. You already spent tons of time in the Towers of Time getting coins, if you can even beat them. Oh, I didn't even tell you what percentage I'm in. I'm in 0.4% in the world in Towers of Time. And I'm not even an expert.
You have to beat it to get coins, or you get coins for each?
You get coins for each tower in the Towers of Time.
So you have to beat the whole tower?
Well, there's smaller towers. There's so many towers in the Towers of Time. It's you pick a main tower, then you go to the sub-tower.
Okay.
You beat the sub-towers. Anyway, what we're getting at...
You added it up. What was the final total you came up with?
Let me get to that.
Okay.
Since Mortal Kombat's release date, and here's what I want to get into in the article. Details about the game's progression system have become clear, and the picture being painted is not a pretty one. Fans are really frustrated. Apparently there's a fix on the way.
Which they haven't specified how long it's going to take.
Apparently it costs $1 per 100 time crystals.
How many time crystals do you need to open up? Okay, is that?
There's a sort of cosmetic only microtransaction configuration. At this point in time, a single new skin for a fighter costs $5. And getting a new intro for a character will set a player back $7.50. I guess that's combined. So we're not even talking about the intros. I didn't even list the intros to you. So basically, we get into later in the article. There's 60 possible skins. Here's what I wanted to get to. There's 60 possible skins for each character. Thus, if a player wants to pay to unlock all the skins for each of his favorite character, female or male, through the premium shop, they might find themselves spending in the realm, I guess, like I said, the Netherrealm.
Yeah, the Netherrealm.
At $300. Each skin costing $5. Now, that doesn't include DLC characters that are coming out soon.
True.
That also, we're not also adding Frost or Shao Kahn.
True.
Because one's a secret character, one's a pre-order. So 23 characters.
Yeah.
And I added it up. So 23 times 300 is $6,900.
$6,900.
$6,900 just for skins. If you buy every skin in the game.
Yeah, like you said, that doesn't include intros. That doesn't include what else do they?
Well, skin of the gear items.
Aren't there other fatalities in there, things like that too?
Well, $3 each for each gear item. $3 for 90 pieces of gear for each character. So $270. So 270 times 23. You know how much that is combined, just with the gear pieces and the skins if you buy everything? $13,110.
Oh man.
Why? Who did this?
I don't know.
And there was a feature in the crypt that I was a little skeptical over. You know when you get to a certain point, there's a thing called time reversal, where you can go to a part in the crypt where it says, you can now re-enter the chests with new items in them. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, new items? Is everything not, that kind of set up a red flag to me. Is everything not set? If I get to, like you get to summon Kronika and like she reworks everything and new chests come in, and it sounds great. But if you think about it, new chests come in, so there's even more RNG. So you may never unlock every brutality in the game.
The article, the part you were just talking about for $3 each for each gear piece. Right below that, it talks about only 5 cosmetic items are available at a time, and they rotate every 6 to 8 hours.
Here it is.
So only a handful of items have even been available. Okay, this is talking about the shop, I think. And something else we didn't even mention at the very beginning of this, there was an edit that was edited just today, where Ed Boon claimed on Twitter that new skins that come out, right?
Yeah, let me go to that. That's up the update at the very top.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. Go ahead.
It was, let me get to it. It says...
Where he clarified on Twitter?
Yeah, he clarified on Twitter that a vast majority of skins will not be made available through the premium shop.
So what does that mean?
Okay, so...
That doesn't mean you're changing
So you're not
things.
going to be able to buy them in the premium shop, so they're only going to be available in the crypt, right? Which means it's going to take even more... Or the towers. So it's going to take even more time. So instead of money, you're just spending time.
But we don't know.
Now.
See, here we don't know. Is he taking... Okay, so we're taking it out from the shop. Okay, but does that mean that you're making it easier for us to get, or does that mean we're just taking it out of the shop? That's not what people are complaining about.
I think that means they're just taking it out of the shop and you have to find it in the crypt or in
But
towers.
that's not what people are concerned with.
I know.
They don't care that it's in the store and you have to buy it. Whatever.
That's something, that I've noticed with some of these guys, or some of these gaming companies, I mean.
They
not
don't
just
get
people.
what people are
They don't
upset
get
with.
what people are upset with. What was the stream that we were watching the other day? What was the thing they were talking about? Remember, they were talking in the stream, and it was something completely different from what fans were complaining about. I don't even remember what it was.
Some of the developers?
Yeah.
They said we heard what you were talking about with skins, not skins, well, yes, just stuff in general, store in general.
Yeah.
And we've heard your complaint, and there's gonna be a patch out soon, we hope, and we're gonna get into that. But they didn't address some of the other issues like some people. And I wish I could show you the concept art that I unlocked randomly.
And a lot of the skins that they're even releasing, people don't even like those because they're so ridiculous.
Well, you show Cassie Cage in a spacesuit, and you can barely even see her face. Nobody fights in that. So I hate to get back into it, but she's not showing any of her part of her body off. Whatever. People are just upset at the hypocrisy there. Whatever. But you get with the argument where nobody's going to fight like that. So you're going to fight in a spacesuit?
It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't even make sense.
Plus, some of the things you told me about the story, or I don't know. We'll get into that when we do the review.
But yeah, they broke the part of the lore with the story.
Anyway, it doesn't. We'll get into that when we do the review.
But even some of the skin, I unlocked some concept art where it showed Jackie, and she looked cool. She had a six-pack. She had a sports bra on like Cassie did in the last game.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
I don't know.
It's like somebody just came in and said, no, we're just taking this away from people. Well, I'm not even going to allow them to have it.
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, if you scroll back down to the article right under where we were reading the last, where it talked about only certain cosmetics are available at a time. It makes a good point. If somebody wants a certain cosmetic, so you're not even able to confirm if every cosmetic is going to be available through the shop. But even if they are, you have to catch it in that specific time frame.
That's a good point.
And you have to hope it's there, and then you have to be able to catch it before it rotates back out again.
What if you have to get up to go to work?
So you have to stay on this game 24 hours a day to get what you want. So even if somebody wants to pay for the stuff that they want, they're not even able to do that the way it's set up now. I don't get it. Mortal Kombat X offered a DLC package that instantly unlocked all crypt items, including costumes. The price tag for that was $20.
You know what? Here's another problem.
And that'll get somebody only 4 skins in Mortal Kombat 11.
4 skins.
Yeah.
They don't even enhance the gameplay.
No.
But to your point that you just made, this is extremely problematic because players that would simply like to pay for the cosmetics, which people don't like. People like to have the option to maybe buy stuff. Just don't make it as ridiculous.
Especially specific cosmetics.
You know how many time crystals you get for leveling up?
How much?
10. You know how many time crystals it costs to get a skin?
How much?
500.
What?
You have to level up
No, it
50
doesn't.
times. Yes,
No,
it does.
it doesn't.
You have to level up 50 times to get enough to get 1 skin, James.
So they're forcing you to pay money, is what they're doing.
Or you just wait till it rotates. Here's the other problem. You get to the Towers of Time. It starts to get ridiculous to where you don't see your favorite character rotating in and out. So where you can unlock skins. You can't get your favorite skin. Can't get your favorite skin. Can't get your favorite skin. So you know what ends up happening? You go to the store. I want to buy that skin. It's not in the store. So what do?
$5.
James, the skin may never show up. It's on an RNG rotation.
Even if they lower the prices, it doesn't matter. This is what they did originally. It's what they intended.
No, but here's my point. To your point, even if they take this away, like you said, look at the way the skins rotate. James, they may never show up. You may never get them.
No.
You know how the brutalities and fatalities and the crypt are everything's random? There's no telling how long it takes to get those. You know why I unlocked 2 brutalities? By opening up a chest that cost 2,100 coins. You know why I opened up another chest that cost me 14,500 coins? And I got augments. 5 augments. And I'm sitting here going, when you go to the store, do you buy a product for $1 and then expect to get more out of that product than you would buying a product that maybe costs $20?
No.
You don't walk in and go, here's $20. Oh man, I love getting this crap.
Can you imagine going to the store and having no labels on anything?
Yeah, you have no idea how something
You
costs.
just pick something up and what's in this? Well, you're going to have to open it to find out. You have to pay for it first.
Yeah, and this one costs more, so I get more in it. It's random.
Yeah,
Why does it
it's
cost more?
randomized. Yeah, you don't know.
And then eventually the store would go, we don't know why our cheaper items that were completely randomized were sold as much as the ones that cost more and didn't have as much in them. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
You want a chocolate bar half eaten, or you want full within the wrapper? And you know what? To get off of this, let's go into something that's deeply troubling to me. Just a straight up lie.
Yeah. Now this is on Reddit. I guess this was an interview.
This was an interview. Paulo Garcia, I don't know who that is, but this person on Reddit, there will be no microtransaction. Paulo Garcia, quote,
Yeah, this is a quote.
there will be no microtransaction monetization for gear. Really? There's not? So who's lying here? Is this a lie here that we just read? Games Rant? This is a quote from this guy. This guy asked him a question, so can we expect the in-game currency and monetization to work similarly to Injustice 2, or is it different? Garcia, for the in-game currency, it will be straight stuff you can earn in-game and spend in-game. There will be no actual microtransaction monetization. Note, so thing is, we know there are skins in the Kombat Pass, okay? So we might be able to buy new skins as they come out. Just like older Kombat title, nobody cared. Whatever, that's fine. You have the right to purchase that stuff. It does enhance the game if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But for the ones already in game, for the skins already in game, we don't have to worry about microtransactions.
That's what the person doing the interview got from his answer.
But if you pick up the game, you will see the in-game store. Here's the screenshot of the in-game store and stuff like that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Where you go into the premium shop, and of course I had trouble finding this. But here are the microtransactions. I thought there were none. Here's the premium shop right here. Here's the PlayStation Store. The premium shop is where you buy skins.
And this Reddit post was 3 months ago, so it wasn't even that long. It wasn't like it was a year ago.
I mean, were they? Did somebody take over and like mess something up?
They either lied or they just completely changed their mind and completely switched up what they were going to do.
And here's how excited people are. Yeah, watch the roster ended up like 32 something launched with, including hidden characters. I mean, I wish that was the dream. People were just so excited about this game.
Something else that kind of makes me angry is that we're hearing from everyone, pretty much, except Ed Boon.
He did make that statement.
He made that statement true, but I mean, it was just a tiny little
But
thing.
that doesn't even really explain anything.
But all the interviews, all the big time, quotes and stuff are coming from other people, like the designer, which I know is important. He designs the characters, but he's speaking for the entire company.
Here's what's stupid. Here's what makes me mad. You got a bunch of fans that are upset about the skins, the way you get the skins, the way they look, the way the females look, the way the microtransactions are, the way the crypt is.
Yeah.
But nobody is complaining about the fighting mechanics. So they're talented enough to make a great fighting game, but they start interjecting all these ideas and these political things and these weird business practices and these weird, and that's what we're getting at. That's what I want to point out. James, we're not, you know, what we're concerned with games, and it's not just Mortal Kombat, you know, not to just down Mortal Kombat. Again, we want to give a fair review, but to not just down Mortal Kombat. Here's what's so upsetting about it.
And we're not even...
It's every game.
True. And we're not even really discussing in this video some of the agenda type stuff that they included in the game. We're not even talking about that.
No, that's why I don't want to talk about... I try to refrain from politics as much as I can. I don't want anybody to know my political affiliation.
But when it starts getting into everything you like, it gets so frustrating.
It's hard to not talk about it because they are interjecting that, and that's what people's problem. You know, we do this to escape from real life. The people call it escapism.
Yeah.
That is it's that way with movies, with games,
books,
with comic books, with music. So you know what they're doing? People see that, these little frail, silly-minded people, and I don't care what the political affiliation, I don't care if you're conservative or liberal.
I don't want
Keep your politics out of this stuff.
Unless, I'll specify, unless you're making a game or a movie or something
about that.
Specifically about politics. Then whatever, fine.
But people get upset now when you do this here because people, it's hidden.
Yeah, it's like tiny little things that people do.
And they act like we're stupid, like we're not going to pick up on it. And everybody in the gaming industry, and the comic book industry, and the film industry, and it's like they're trying to like deform people's culture somehow. And it's like they see that these things are popular. Hey guys, this stuff is popular. Yeah. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go in and we're going to just interject our stuff into that so people have to watch it.
Yeah, we're going to change it.
Why don't people want to watch it? Like, what?
It's just frustrating.
It's just gaming in general that they're doing that with. And I know this video is going on for like 38 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long video.
So, I apologize for that, but you know, this video may be up late tonight.
Just fine. I mean, tomorrow. Late tonight, tomorrow.
It's just upsetting. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe. That's Common Sense Gaming.
Hit our
social media will be down in the description.
Social media in the description. Hit the notification bell. You know, we're gonna trying to get this gaming channel kicked off.
The first video was watched well.
Yeah, it was a decent amount of
4 hours of watch time.
Especially watch time. Yeah, and then you know, we're gonna try and do. We're not always going to be controversial in things. Like Monday, I think we're wanting to do kind of like a list type thing, and then we'll figure out, you know, the rest of the week what we want to do. But we're going to try and do some fun, different things. Maybe do some reviews of things. I definitely want to do that. And
this weekend, we're going to take a break and get our gaming channel underway. That way, we can sit and coordinate how to with video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
You want to let Thanos take us out with the snap?
Yeah.
Finger snap?
Give your opinions down in the comment section. We want interaction with people that watch the video, especially if you watch it for a long period of time. If you watched almost the whole video, comment and let us know what you think about it. Please. Even if you disagree, I don't care.
No, comment. We want to know.
Yeah, we want to know.
If you dislike the video, fine, but let us know why.
Yeah, let us know
that
why.
That way we can change
so we can improve. Yeah, because we want to know how to improve.
All right, finger
snap.
But I guess
finger snap. I guess the last thing to do, gonna turn you to dust.